Once upon a time, a 10 to 12-year-old boy lived with his parents in a village. One day, after many years, that boy goes to his grandfather's village. He plays with his grandfather all the time there. While playing, one day he told his grandfather that when I grow up, I will become very successful. Can you tell me some ways to become successful? His grandfather looked at him smilingly and said yes. He took him to a plant shop where small plants were available. His grandfather bought 2 small plants from there and returned home. After coming home, he planted one of those plants in a big pot and kept that pot inside the house and planted the other plant outside the house. Then he asked his grandson that what do you think which plant will grow well in the future? The child thought a little and told his grandfather that the plant we have planted inside the house will grow well because it will be safe from every problem inside the house. And the plant that we have planted outside is at risk from many things like strong rays of the sun, storm, heavy rain, and animals. His grandfather smiled and told him that, let's see in the future what happens to these 2 plants. Then, after 4 years, that boy again goes to his grandfather's house. After seeing his grandfather, he again asks him that, grandfather, last time I asked you how to be successful in life, but you did not tell me anything. But now you will have to tell me. His grandfather smiled and told him, of course, but first of all, let us see those 2 plants that we had planted a few years ago. Saying this, his grandfather took him to the same place where he had kept the plant inside the house. He saw that that plant had become a big plant. Then he went to the place where he had planted the other plant outside. He saw that that small plant had now become a very big and huge tree. Its branches were very strong and long, and its shadow was falling on the entire ground. Now the grandfather of that boy looked at him and asked him, tell me, which plant has become bigger and stronger? Which plant has been more successful? The boy said, the plant that we planted outside. But grandfather, how is this possible? This plant must have faced many dangerous situations. Many problems must have come on it. But still, how did this plant become such a big tree? His grandfather looked at him and said, you are right. The plant that we planted outside must have faced many problems. And by dealing with those problems, it has become so big and huge, and now it can grow its branches as much as it wants. And problems like storm and heavy rain make its branches even stronger. And because of this, today it has become a very huge tree, and now all these problems are small in front of it. Then his grandfather looked at him and said to him, son, always remember one thing. Until you do not struggle in your life, until you do not go through difficulties, you cannot achieve success in your life. If you always make comfortable choices in your life, if you keep this in mind, then you will not be able to grow in your life as much as you can. And if you are ready for every problem, always ready for struggle, then achieving any goal will not be impossible for you, and then even the biggest problems will start appearing small to you. After listening to this, the boy took a deep breath, and then he started looking towards that huge tree. His grandfather's words were going around in his mind: friends, problems, obstacles, difficulties. We consider these things as enemies of our life. But these obstacles, these difficulties, make us strong and more successful in our life. And someone has said that if problems are not coming in your life, then understand that you are on the wrong track. So friends, if you want to spread this story to more people, then like this